The Montana wilderness was a ruthless place in the winter. Snow covered the land like a frozen grave, and the wind howled through the trees, whispering secrets of those who never made it home. Daniel Carter knew this land better than most. He had lived here all his life. But tonight, something felt different. Something was different. As he gripped the steering wheel, his old pickup truck, Daniel had seen plenty of Mustangs in his time, but none like this. As he stepped closer, his breath came out in a mist, the cold biting at his skin. The horse wasn't just cold, it was dying. Blood stained the snow near its leg, where a deep gash told the story of a desperate escape. Its chest rose and fell in uneven breaths, eyes half closed against the storm. Daniel swallowed hard. "Hey there! Easy, boy!" His voice was soft, cautious. The Mustang's ears flickered, but it didn't move. It only watched him. Watched him. Daniel could hear the soft, labored breaths of the Mustang, see the faint rise and fall of its chest as it struggled to stay conscious. Its body was caked in snow. Daniel had no time to hesitate, no time to question whether this was a mistake. The horse would die out here. The drive back was the longest of Daniel's life. The roads were slick with ice, the storm howling outside. He gripped the wheel, his knuckles white. Every few seconds, he glanced in the rearview mirror. For the first time in what must have been weeks, the Mustang was warm. Daniel watched as it lay in the soft hay of his barn, the light from the fireplace flickering across its tired body. The wound on its leg was wrapped tightly. It would heal. It would survive. But something was wrong. Even as the wind had been relentless all night, rattling the barn doors, whispering ghostly echoes through the trees. But this sound, this wasn't the wind. It was a cry, faint, desperate, a sound that sent a chill crawling up Daniel's spine. His eyes flicked toward the Mustang. The horse. Daniel barely had time to throw on his coat before the Mustang shoved past him, bursting out into the snow. He cursed, grabbing a lantern and chasing after it. The storm hadn't settled. The cold was like needles against his skin, biting through layers of clothing. Daniel saw it before he fully registered what he was looking at. A small, frail shape half buried in the snow. A foal, barely a few weeks old, shivering, struggling to stand, dying. The Mustang let out a heart-wrenching sound, half a whinny, half a cry. It rushed forward, lowering its massive head, nudging the foal frantically. The little one barely reacted. Daniel's throat tightened. My God! This was why the Mustang had come to him. Not for itself, for its child. It hadn't been running for survival. It had been running for help. Daniel didn't waste a second. He dropped to his knees, wrapping the foal in the thickest blanket he had. It barely stirred. Its tiny body trembled against him, its breath short and shallow. Too cold. Too weak. Daniel's heart pounded. No, no, no. You're not dying. Not after this. The Mustang let out another anxious sound, stepping closer, nudging the foal. The barn had never felt so warm. Daniel set the foal down gently on a bed of soft hay, rubbing its tiny body to bring back circulation. The Mustang hovered close, its deep eyes locked onto its baby, ears flicking forward with desperate anticipation. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, a small, weak sound. The foal let out the softest whimper. The Mustang exhaled sharply, lowering its head, nuzzling the foal with a gentleness Daniel had never seen before. And then, slowly, painfully, the foal moved. It pushed against its mother, seeking warmth, seeking life. The Mustang let out a deep rumbling sigh. Daniel felt his throat tighten. This was what the Mustang had been fighting for. Not freedom, not survival, but love, its baby. And against all odds, it had won. Daniel should have left. He had done his part, but he couldn't. He stood there, watching, as the Mustang gently nuzzled its foal, as the little one pressed closer, finally safe. And then, the Mustang turned. Its deep, dark eyes met his. For a long, silent moment, they just stared at each other. No words were spoken. None were needed. Because in that look, in that quiet, powerful gaze, Daniel understood. Thank you. And for the first time in his life, Daniel realized something. He hadn't just saved a Mustang. The Mustang had saved him too.